Now, one last question. The British, I think, Deputy High Commissioner or someone at that time, or the High Commissioner, took exceedingly great care of you at one point of time. They sent you food into your jail every day, we are told. They tried to give you what people in India would call five-star facilities in a jail room. Now, what is the motive there? You don't do it because you want to see Peter Bleach, well fed. What was going on there? Since you're revealing all, please tell us the real story there as well. Were you telling the British government that, look here, I've suffered enough, I'm going to say it all and expose the British government's role if you don't get me out and take care of me?
Well, one of the reasons that, you see, if you're a white middle-class arms dealer in England, you're not the world's most popular person. Most people don't give a damn whether arms dealers are hung from the nearest lamppost or not. It's not the world's most popular pastime, particularly in Britain. That's one thing. And it was always assumed that by keeping me in a jail cell in Kolkata, that would be the end of the matter. It just happened that I was able to generate a huge amount of publicity. If I had done jail, that would have been a step too far. It would have been hugely embarrassing for the British government. There would have been an absolute uproar if I'd actually died in jail. Plus, don't forget what I said earlier. I'm putting the finger not on the entire British government as a collective thing. I'm not saying every government minister and deputy minister was involved in this. Of course they weren't. And exactly the same in India. By no means every minister in that government was involved in that at all. There can have been 2 or 3, and the same in Britain. But somebody conspired to do this because they thought it was a good idea. Those people were desperately trying to keep me in jail. But I'd just point out to you that, to my surprise, I found out that all this was handled by MI5, which is Britain's internal security service. It wasn't handled by MI6 at all, which of course is more closely connected with the Foreign Office. And I would say that the officials of the British Deputy High Commission were decent men who tried to do their job properly. It wasn't their decision to send a special branch officer to give false evidence in court. These people were acting as individuals and they did the right thing. Their job is to look after citizens and see to it that they survive reasonably. And they did a good job of that. And I'm extremely grateful. There were some very, very good people in the British Foreign Office.
So that's another angle. Another angle which now emerges is that there's probably inter-intelligence agency rivalry between MI5 and MI6. You get sucked into that, into communication between Kim Davey and the people he was reporting for, between elements in the Indian government and elements in the British government. I mean, Peter Bleach, if your story is even 1% true, which I hope it is because you're on television all over India tonight, then you have landed yourself in the biggest right royal mess that anyone could have, ever. And I'm glad you're giving your point of view tonight. But I also hope that you will come on live with us and take more questions when we pick up the story tomorrow.
I'd be more than happy to take any questions you like. I have nothing to hide. Like I said to you earlier, for better or for worse, I've done my time in an Indian jail. The whole thing's a dirty situation, but it's not as bad as those times in Presidency Jail in Kolkata when myself and many other people, I say I had a hard time. I'm not the only person who had a hard time there. Poor Indian people, people from the poorest levels of society, had a worse time than I had. Let's not forget that. I'm not a special case there when I say times were hard in an Indian jail. I saw suffering in there that shouldn't happen in a democracy. But there we are. I can't change everything. But I'm more than happy to take any question you care to throw at me. And if I have the answer, I will give you that answer.
Peter Bleach, thank you. We'll talk more. Thank you very much for now.